Let's talk about how to master Google My Business for your food truck. Whether you're just starting out or looking to boost your existing food truck's online presence, Google My Business is a must to have on your to-do list. Welcome to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. My name is Bill Moore. I am a food truck business coach, author of 5 food truck vending books, including Food Truck 101 and Food Truck 201. This podcast is all about helping you start and grow your food truck business. Today's podcast is sponsored by Table Needs. And if you're looking for a game changer for your food truck business, look no further than Table Needs. It is the ultimate package, a killer point of sale system, QR code menu ordering, KDS, and automated sales tax. Plus, they offer business services like marketing and bookkeeping. They're not only just another vendor, they're a business partner. Check them out at tableneeds.com or find them on Facebook. Google My Business, or GMB, and I'm going to be calling that GMB all throughout this episode, is a powerful tool that will significantly impact your food truck's visibility and, guess what? Its ultimate success. So first things first, let's talk about setting up your Google My Business profile. Now, if you haven't already, claim your food truck's listing on Google My Business. You visit the GMB website and search for your food truck's name. If it's listed, claim it. If it's not listed, create it. Ensure that all the information in your profile is accurate and then it's also complete. Include your food truck's name, address, phone number. If you got a website, include that. Include your hours of operation, include your typical locations, and include a concise, engaging description of the kind of food you sell. You want to verify your ownership to Google, and there'll be steps on the Google My Business website to help you out. You want to fill out every section of your GMB profile. Every section. I want to stress that. You want to upload high-resolution images of your food truck and things that are on your menu. Visual content can make a huge difference in attracting potential guests. People eat with their eyes first, so you need to give them plenty of stuff to eat, and then you got to make it look irresistible so they'll want to come to your food truck to get one of those pictures that you put on your profile. Once your profile is set up, you want to leverage the power of your guest reviews and ratings. You want to ask all your guests, hey, leave me a review. And you want to make that, hey, leave me a review, part of your parting phrase. When they come up to pick up the food, thank you so much for stopping by and seeing us today. Please leave us a review on, and then have a QR code set up right beside that pickup window that directs them to your Google My Business profile. The more positive reviews you have, the better your food truck will look to potential guests. It also makes it rank a little bit better because Google sees that as interaction. Engage with your guests by responding to their reviews, both positive and negative. Yes, I know it's a pain to have to respond to a negative review. And our first thought is always, got to be fake. One of my competitors must hate me. That's not always true. Sometimes people just don't like whatever they got. They could have been in a bad mood and something that was wrong with the food in just a little tiny bit set them off. They had a bad day at work. The boss yelled at them. They can't do anything at work because they're not the boss. So they go outside and they take out their frustrations on the first person to not do something perfectly. Don't take it personally. But you got to take care of those reviews. You got to talk to people. You got to comment back. And if you need to, you apologize and say, come check me out again. I'll make it better next time. But you can't ignore the bad ones, nor can you ignore the good ones. Have a conversation. So let's talk about keeping your profile fresh and engaging. You want to use the post feature to share updates. If you're going to do a promotion, if you're going to be going to a special event, if you're going to be adding on new items and really brag about it on Google My Business. Keep your audience informed. Keep your guests informed. And keep them excited about your food truck. If they're excited about your food truck, they're going to come visit you more frequently. Now, one thing you want to do with Google My Business is to track your performance. Google My Business has all kinds of information and insights into how your guests found your food truck in the first place, where they came from, and then what actions they took when they found your food truck. Did they click on your website? Did they go to your menu? What did they do? So you want to pay attention to these 4 things. What was the most common search terms they found that they used that led them to your listing? the peak hours or the peak days when your listing received the most engagement. That's an important thing to know because that's when you need to be posting that new content. The location from which customers are finding your food truck. Where did they come from when they found your food truck? Were they on Google? Were they on Bing? How did they find you? And most importantly, any changes or trends in your review ratings and the guests' overall opinions of your food truck. You got to read those reviews and watch for trends. You might get a bunch of positive reviews, but people are saying things that could be negative within that review. Don't just look at it and go, hey, 5-star rating. What are the comments? Somebody could give you a 5-star rating, but say, service is slow but acceptable, so I give them a 5. If you have enough people saying the service is slow but acceptable, you got a problem. Because that means there's a whole bunch of people out there that are going to say the service was slow and not acceptable. So when you see those kind of comments, food not as hot as it should be, speed of service not what it should be, the cashier wasn't as friendly as they should be, the person handing out the food wasn't as friendly as they should be, those are things that may not give you a bad review, but they're comments that you need to pay attention to and then work on improving those areas. Identify the different types of guests you have. This is really important. Are they local residents? Are they visiting tourists? Are they office workers? Are they blue-collar workers? Are they teenagers? Are they college students? What commonalities do your guests have? Try to categorize them and then understand their preferences as far as the foods. And then this is an important one, what time they want to eat. If you're finding that somebody is searching for your food truck at 2 p.m, and there's a lot of people doing that, you might ought to be open in that area where they live and work at 2 p.m. People don't typically look for a food truck when they're not hungry. They look for one when they are hungry. You want to leverage your Google My Business analysis and insights to help you with keyword optimization. Now, that's one of those words that a lot of people just get all frantic about. All keyword optimization is the search terms that people use to find you. Needs to be sprinkled throughout your website, your description about yourself, your profile, just sprinkled. You want to use the most common search terms that brought people to your Google My Business profile. And then use those same terms on that profile, use it on your website, use it on your social media, and then any marketing that you do. Because what that does is it helps improve your SEO, which is fancy computer word for search engine optimization. You want to make it easy on people to find you, so you use the words that they are using to find you in the first place. Because if a bunch of people are using a specific grouping of words, and what we call that a long tail keyword, even though it's actually a sentence or a phrase, you want that on your profile and you want to use it in a way that makes sense. You want to create Google My Business posts and website content that include what your guest preferences are. So in that analysis of your guests, are they local residents? Are they tourists, office workers, blue collar, college students? Then you want to skew certain parts of your menu and your website towards those people, the ones that are the biggest group that's coming to see you. You want to highlight popular menu items. You want to have special promotions that drive sales during slower time periods. Continue to actively manage and respond to reviews. This is so important. I'm going to say it multiple times. I got a whole podcast about responding to reviews. You want to address any concern, because if it's important enough for them to leave it in a written form, it's important enough to you to react to it and fix it. Now, you need reviews. A lot of people say, I don't need reviews. You need reviews. You can't get better if you don't get feedback. That's all a review is feedback for your business. And you need to respond to all of that feedback, both good and bad. Consider using Google Ads to target specific keywords and specific keyword phrases. And then also, if they're talking about specific locations, you want to, if those are identified through the Google My Business Insight, target those locations. I'm talking about target your marketing in those locations. Develop a plan for engaging your guests through your Google My Business, including regular update. Talk about your promotions. Talk about special events you're going to be doing. Get people used to seeing new information on that Google My Business profile, because if it becomes stale, it's just like the food. If your food becomes stale, it gets thrown out. If your Google My Business profile becomes stale to people, they throw it out and they look for other food trucks that are more exciting, more engaging. Now let's add some 201 level advanced information. Local SEO. I talked a little bit about SEO earlier, but you got to optimize your Google My Business profile listing for local search by placing relevant keywords in your descriptions and in your posts. When you use those keywords, it helps your food truck appear in more searches because it includes those keywords. And that's why you need to look at the analysis that you have from Google My Business. Use Google Maps if possible, if it makes sense for your food truck. Make sure that the location is accurate if it is listed on Google Maps. Because if your guests are trying to find you, they may be using the Google Map function. And you better be where those directions end up sending the guests to. Otherwise, they're going to remember that your information is not accurate, so they won't even look at your profile anymore. You can consider Google Ads integration. What that will do is give you more visibility. You can create ads that showcase your food truck directly on Google search results. That's one of those little things that'll say sponsored in bold letters above it. Some people automatically click on the sponsored stuff. Some people ignore it, but it may be worth it to look into it and see what the cost is for getting that particular opportunity for your food truck. Just remember, your Google My Business profile is essentially a digital storefront. In a lot of cases, it's the very first thing people see about your business is that profile. And it's going to play a significant role in driving more guests to your food truck. So take time to optimize it, and then take the time to engage with your guests. Get those reviews. Respond again to those reviews. Keep your content fresh. Keep putting new information on your profile. Rotate in new pictures. Just put a little bit of effort into it, because the effort that you put into it is going to end up helping your business to grow. Thank you so much for listening to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. If you're finding all the information helpful to your food truck business, please become a monthly supporter of the podcast. Just hit the support button or follow the link in the description. Every little bit does help keep us going. Join our Facebook group. It's called Food Truck Training. We have a whole bunch of awesome members at all different levels, from brand new beginners to decades-old veterans. They've all got your back when it comes to helping you with your food truck. And again, thank you for listening. Come back tomorrow, because I got plenty more to say when it comes to helping you and your food truck business grow.